Hello everybody and welcome back to Custom F1. Today we have the 1995 Japanese Grand Prix at the Suzuka circuit. Very excited for this one. The only figure of 8 circuit featured in Formula 1, I believe. If you don't know what this series is, this is when I create my own Formula 1 team called Streamline Engineering, and we work together, me and you, me being the driver, the creator, and you being the viewer. We work together to build up that team to turn it into a championship winning outfit. Right now we're pretty much at the start of our journey. We're at the 1994 season. This is towards the end of the 1995 season. If you haven't gone and watched last week's episode, I highly recommend going back and watching that, because Streamline had a fantastic result where we picked up our first ever podium finish. I sadly didn't even finish the race, but my teammate certainly finished the race. He finished in second place. If you're not subscribed to the channel, make sure to subscribe. We're getting close to 5,000 subscribers. Thank you to all my channel members and Twitch subs. More info on how you can support at the end of the video. Without further ado, let's get into this episode. Let's get out there, get lapping. Oh, that's a lot of curb. And that's us into the wall. That was a heavy hit. We can just not slow the car down after we lost our rear wing as well. Down towards the line. 42.8. Let's go again. That's a much better line, I think, through the first two corners. That was okay. We lost a bit of time. Now we're up by 1 and a bit tenths on our previous best. On the hairpin. To the second half of the lap now. Up towards Spoon. Oh, might be going wide there. Just about keeping it on the track. Hakkinen goes onto provisional pole with 40.4. Not bad. Across the second timing line, we're up by 2 tenths. Need to keep this momentum going to close out the lap.
There's a spin in sector 3. Watch for the yellow flag.
There's always a spin in sector 3. There we go, down towards the light. It's got to be an improvement. Maybe a 42.5. 42.4, even better. Nice. It's a great lap. Out pits. And they've completely blocked me. It's Damon Hill. What's he doing? Oh no. Where's he going? That's not the track, mate. Oh. Right, this is weird. Here are the standings. Mika Hakkinen on pole position. Michael Schumacher in second place. Half a second down. John Alesi in third place is 1.5 seconds off pole position. David Coulthard makes it 2 Benettons on the front 2 rows of the grid. Martin Brundle, a distance off his teammate, but in 5th place. Katayama up in 6th for Tyrrell, with Mika Salo's second best qualifying result of the season in 7th place. The Ligier of Panis sets off from 8th. Kaya Mahendra in his second to final race in Formula 1 potentially in 9th place. Martini with a Minardi up in 10th. Gianni Morbidelli in the lead footwork just outside the top 11. The second Tyrrell of Verstappen in 12th. Both Williams all the way down on the 7th row of the grid. Hill ahead of Senna. Eric Bernard in 15th place ahead of Frentzen. The two Simtex, Jean-Marc Gounon and Roland Ratzenberger, 17th and 18th place respectively, with the second Minardi of Fisichella in 19th, and the LaRousse of Hideki Noda qualifying for the first time in a number of races. He starts in 20th place. Then we've got the two Lotus drivers, Blundell and Zanardi. The 240s making it onto the grid. Ricardo Rosset in 23rd, Suspiri in 24th. And the final row of the grid, Irvine in 25th and Johnny Herbert in 26th place. That means the four drivers that miss out Ralf Schumacher in the footwork, Gerhard Berger in the Ferrari, Rubens Barrichello in the Jordan, and Zomba disqualified from qualifying for exceeding the amount of laps allowed. So this is what we're going with. 2-stop, 53 lap race. We're going to pit on lap 13 and lap 33. It's dry. There's no risk of rain. Okay, let's go for it. There's only one more thing to do, and that's go racing. The 1995 Japanese Grand Prix is next. There's a yellow flag already for something. As we hurdle down towards first corner, we're on the outside of Panis, around turn 2. Oh, but he's forced me out wide. And Mahendra goes through. So Ratzenberger was the driver who stalled on the grid. Roland Ratzenberger out. That's his first, well, that's our first retirement of the race. Okay, we've got to settle into this one. No rush. We've lost a couple of positions, but it's nothing major. You know, I still feel privileged to be in a top 10 position. I seem to be down on straight line speed in the race. I was alright in qualifying. In the race, but not as quick. 270 by the time we reach 130R. Brief yellow flag in sector 3. And this is going to be an issue for many drivers. That curb in the second part of that chicane is high. And many of these drivers keep tripping over it, which we'll see throughout the race. As we've already got a 3-second lead back to Mahendra, he must have been one of the drivers that half spun there. Dust being kicked up as Panis has ran wide. Is that going to give me an opportunity? Or give Salo an opportunity, should I say? Not quite. I think we're going to see a half spin here from Hakkinen. Under pressure from Coulthard. Hakkinen, yeah, he just gets caught on that curb. Coulthard through. That's the only position Hakkinen loses. So here's a lazy. He's under pressure from Schumacher. He goes wide. Schumacher kind of follows him. Cuts across the track. And a lazy, yeah, that's not the way to do it, mate. Spins off into the gravel. He's going to rejoin, I think, just behind me. So, or just behind Salo, should I say. This works pretty well. Look how we gain. Oh, Panis, he's made a mistake. Can we force our way through? Not quite. Panis a bit wide. Oh, he's off. Up the inside we go. It doesn't give me much space. But we got the position. We're into the points. That's 6th place for Salo. Oh, Panis to the inside of 130R, but he's got wide. Can I get him back? Still side by side. And the braking, he's got the move done. He's run wide on the final corner. We're back through. Great battling here. Salo wants to get up into 6th. Panis is slightly mistake on the exit, the final corner. Relegates him a position, but to the inside he goes. No space there. But he's got the... What a move that was. He's gone wide again. Can Salo fight back? No, he can't. Salo, let's say pushing the rules a slight bit there. Really going aggressive on the defence. Ligier of Panis forced onto the grass before making that move. Fantastic racing here in Suzuka. Panis has gone wide again. Oh, there's no space. The understeer was carrying me wide. Panis holds onto the position. As Zanardi has crashed. Oh, there's contact. John Alesi was on the inside. Oh, I can already tell what this is going to be. Zanardi into the final couple of corners. Yeah, he's rolled it. Oh, he's kind of stuck the landing. And then he's crashed into the wall. Alesi ran the outside of Spoon. Well, up the inside of Spoon now. Can Salo fight back? Is Alesi going to go deep? He's gone off the circuit. Salo tries to fight it. But Alesi's got that move. Both Ferrari-powered cars, but the Works Ferrari clearly superior. Oh! It's almost contact. Lazy holds on. There's a spin. It's Panis. Through goes Salo. Back up into 6th. We are pitting in a few laps. We can extend from originally lap 30 and we can go a bit further. What the hell's going on here? Can we follow him through? That's going to be too risky, I think. I don't think he wants to give me that. Oh, don't do that! Oh, I've been hit. I don't think any damage has been done to me. No. Luckily, no damage. Oh, we stopped on track. I'll take that. Herbert rolled his car at the final chicane. So, suspension broken, and he's our second retirement. Okay, here we go. It's pit stop time. Into the pits we go for our first out of 2 scheduled stops in this one. Slow down. Avoid breaking the speed barrier thing. The pit lane speed limit, that's the one. Nicely into the pit box. Stop on our marks. We're going to put a, I think about 17 laps of fuel, but it'll probably last more like 20, 21 laps. 15 laps of fuel. I think it'll last about 20 though. As we rejoin, there's Jos Verstappen. Ahead of Jos Verstappen in 11th place. No, 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 no! Oh, the rear wing's gone. We're pitting. It's as simple as just catching the curb, and then there's absolutely no grip whatsoever to even get back onto the circuit. All the tyres just lock up, and then into the wall you go. It's too easy to crash with this car. Too easy. Look, it's already over by that point. Absolutely nothing I can do. It was fine up until here. You get onto there, you cannot turn back on to the circuit. There's no grip. And the moment you try and brake whilst off circuit, the tyres just lock. Then just skating into the wall. Did it even shave off any speed? Probably not. I pull it into the pits. Still ahead of Zanardi right now, but by the time we get serviced, I'll be still going to be ahead. I don't know if I can even carry on with this sort of suspension damage. Now away we go. Oh my gosh, the suspension is absolutely destroyed. No, this is impossible. Yeah, I think we're going to have to retire, guys. Oh, what a shame. What an absolute shame. Streamline's worst ever race weekend, maybe? So after all the pit stops, David Coulthard leads. Oh, Brundle's suspension's gone. Where is he? Where is Brundle? Ah, Brundle out. He had a chance at victory today. He was looking very, very quick. Both Lotus's 21st and 22nd. That's last and second to last. Almost lapped by 20th place. So we have Hakkinen in the lead on lap 32. Michael Schumacher's in second. Followed closely by his teammate David Coulthard. 4th place right now is Eddie Irvine in the Jordan. 5th place, Ayrton Senna. He's climbed up from 13th, I believe he started. And then 6th place is Ukyo Katayama right now. 7th place, just outside the points, is Morbidelli. Michael Schumacher pitting to repair his front wing that just got damaged. He lost his front wing in an incident around that final corner. So has that put him outside the chance of victory now? He's fueled up, I think, to the end of this race. Yeah, definitely to the end of this race. So Hakkinen in the pits. Here's Coulthard. Can Coulthard retake the race lead? Hakkinen's rejoining. This is going to be close between the McLaren and the Benetton down the straight. The Benetton has to clear some traffic, and Hakkinen's rejoined ahead of David Coulthard. The McLaren of Mika Hakkinen out in the lead. David Coulthard in second place, and both of these drivers going to the end now. Only about 15 or 16 laps to go in this one. Michael Schumacher a distant 3rd place after having to take care of that damage caused by an incident in the final corner. Eddie Irvine doing brilliantly in 4th. Fisichella suspension failure. He's another retirement in this race. I think we've had 5 retirements now. Katayama stuck in gear. So the Tyrrell driver who's in the points out of this race. And the LaRousse of Hideki Noda out of this race. Oh, Senna's out. Senna, suspension failure. The world champion, 5-time world champion, is out of this race. He's been having a terrible time of it as of late after winning the championship. But he's out of this one, suspension failure. So who does that elevate into the points? Kaya Mahendra on his second to last race in Formula 1 in 6th place right now. Oh my gosh, what's going on here? Hakkinen on the inside. Mahendra on the outside. He's got a lift. Mahendra, what are you doing, mate? Get out of the way. That's the race leader. He's not getting out of the way of Häkkinen. Surely this means David Coulthard's just catching. Mahendra eventually, finally, moves out of the way. You can see Coulthard in the background. Damon Hill retires on the second to last lap. Coulthard can't make it through. Mika Häkkinen out of the final chicane for the final time. He's going to come across the line to win the 1995 Japanese Grand Prix just ahead of the Benetton of David Coulthard there. So Häkkinen does indeed win. What a brilliant win there from the Finn. A win for the Finn. David Coulthard and Michael Schumacher make it 2 Benettons on the podium. Eddie Irvine does brilliantly. He's the final driver on the lead lap and picks up solid points for Jordan. It really went under the radar, to be fair. Olivier Panis 2 points for Ligier, and Gianni Morbidelli overtaking Kai Mahendra on the final few laps to claim a single point in 6th place. Damon Hill retiring on the second to last lap, so he's classified down in 11th place. That means we technically had 18 finishers. Really, it was 17 if you take away Damon Hill. But the 2 Lotus drivers so far off today. 17th and 18th behind both 40s. Ricardo Rosset 15th and Vincenzo Sospiri in 16th place. Obviously, it wasn't to be for Mika Salo. That suspension failure being the cause of his retirement. We all know what happened. Crashing at the Degner curves. Putting an end to his promising race. It could have been points today for Mika Salo, but once again, he's left the team disappointed. Martin Brundle with the fastest lap of the race, a 1:41.859 set on lap 4. This is what the championship standings look like with 1 race to go. Then Senna, he wrapped it up a couple races to go. Michael Schumacher and Damon Hill have switched positions, so Schumacher up to 2nd. David Coulthard has closed as well. Martin Brundle not scoring today, but Mika Häkkinen scoring big points, jumping up from, I think he was down in 9th place before this race. He's up to 6th place behind his teammate, so it's looking much better for Häkkinen after a dodgy early season form. Of course, that is his first ever victory in his career. I completely forgot to point that out. That is Mika Häkkinen's first victory, and surely first of many. Eddie Irvine picking up good points today. He's up to 12th, tied with Zomba Reith on 11th place then technically. Olivier Panis picking up his first points of the season. He's in 18th place, still behind his teammate Eric Bernard. And Gianni Morbidelli becomes our 21st point scorer this season. So 21 different drivers have scored points in 15 rounds in the 1995 season. Onto the team's championship. Williams have already won that championship. Benetton have broke through the 100 point mark. McLaren consistently ahead of Ferrari this season. Ferrari really have been nowhere near. Jordan are closer to Ferrari than Ferrari are to McLaren. Sauber, of course, pick up most of their points as way of Kai Mahendra. Streamline have got that 7th place lockdown, even though Footwork scoring points today. Ligier are tied with them, 5 points. That's the battle for 8th place. There we have it then, guys. What a crazy race that was, but sadly, wasn't to be for Mika Salo yet again. I was really hoping to finish these last 2 races of the season to actually reach the checkered flag, but I think that's our 4th or 3rd retirement in a row. It's not looking good for Mika Salo. He's out of the team at the end of the season. We know he's moving to Footwork. I don't know how happy Footwork will be with that decision now that they've just seen Morbidelli score a point today. We'll have to wait and see how that plays out in 1996. As always, if you haven't already, make sure to like the video, leave a comment down below what your highlight of the race was, and subscribe if you're not already subscribed. If you want to support the channel further, consider becoming a channel member. Just click the join button just below this video. Apart from that, guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Goodbye.